want me to do yoga?
Were you planning on taking class?
Yeah, until I realized I was doing the class, but I'm happy to do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Hi everyone, we're about to start this live stream of Flow Yoga class in just one moment. Do you know how to make this full screen?
Bigger?
Doesn't matter.
Let's see. I don't.
It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
God, we have a lot of
Okay.
people in the biggest book. Be nice.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to take just a quick moment to silence my text messages. Stay tuned. Great. Here we are.
Thought it was yesterday. It was very cold. I had a lunch there today. Okay. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for being here in person and live streaming. We're going to start off today. So I will be instructing, and we have Amy here who will be demoing postures for you viewers online. So for now, lay down and let's get into a space of relaxation and really emptiness. I'd like you to kind of empty out your mind for now by focusing in on your breath, filling up your lungs with breath, and letting it all go. And at first, just really getting into that process of going down to the bottom of the lungs, all the way up to the top, through the sides, front to back of the torso, filling up and emptying out. And really today, focusing on the emptying out. And continuing to take that awareness through your limbs, so streaming your mind, your attention into your arms and legs, feeling the heaviness of your hands and feet as you allow your body to be supported by the floor fully. Surrendering any tension, your wrists, elbows, and shoulders, your hips, knees, and ankles. And then going up into your face, relaxing your face, taking some deep breaths as if you're actually breathing into your brain and just clearing out any tension there. Through every exhale, continuing to empty out whatever thoughts you need to empty out, whatever emotions. Just for a few moments, they'll come back, that's for sure. So just let go for a few deep breaths of liberating, open receptivity. Emptiness is not necessarily a blank state, it's more about just clearing the slate. All right, now let's take one deep breath together. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Then exhale out your mouth. Now bring your knees into your chest. Draw them in with your hands, squeeze them toward your chest, and Pick up your head and shoulders. Lengthen the back of the spine from your tailbone to your neck. Forehead toward your knees. Now inhale and rock up into a seat. Rock right over onto your hands and knees. Let's do just a couple rounds of cat-cow to unwind the spine. Inhale, lift your head and tail as you press the rib cage down. Exhale, tuck the head and tail, lift the rib cage up. And just move your spine in this way with your breath. Inhaling into a back bend, exhaling into an arch. Getting that stretch all the way from the tailbone to the back of your neck. And now whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel like your body has had enough of this, make your way to downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, your hips up. And once there, move around in a way that suits your body and your mind. So maybe it's finding stillness, maybe it's pedaling the feet to stretch out the backs of the legs, especially if you've been sitting a lot. As always here, you can release the full weight of the head, which is a really nice thing to be able to do, to relax the neck, relax the jaw, relax the throat. All right, then let's do just a few movements for the spine. Inhale, slide forward into upward facing dog. So hips toward the wrists, and keep the toes curled under. Just lift your chest and chin slightly into a back bend. Then exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. Stretch the hips up, drop your head again. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands and into a fold. Release the head and shoulders. Take another one of those really good deep breaths. Empty out. Now inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Raise your arms high. And exhale, bring your hands down the center of your chest. Start our warm-up for sun salutation, so bring your feet a little closer in. Stand tall. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, fold all the way in half. Inhale, part way up to lengthen out the spine. Exhale, press your palms flat. Step or lightly jump into the low push of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog again. This time with pointy toes reach to the chin. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step or hop the feet all the way up between your hands into a half fold, lengthen out. Exhale, hold all the way up. Inhale, reach up, take your arms above your head. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way over. Inhale, part way, lengthen out. Exhale, press your palms down as you step or float into chaturanga. Good, inhale, upward dog. Toes lift through the chin. Exhale, flip the toes under, press up and back to down dog. Inhale, bring both feet back up to the top of the mat. Step or jump forward into a half fold. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, reach up. Keep your arms up this time. Maybe a little arch back. Exhale, fold all the way back over. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, step left foot to the back of the mat, lower the knee down and raise your arms. Press the lunge. Exhale, palms back to the ground, step to chaturanga. Little push up. Inhale, draw forward into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Now same thing with the left foot. Step in between your hands, lower the back knee, raise your arms. Exhale, palms to the floor, step to the top of the mat and fold down. Release your head. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the center of your chest. Let's step your feet together, toes touching. We're going to go into chair pose. So bend the knees, lift the arms. Sit the hips very low and reach from your wrists to your fingertips. Exhale, straighten the knees and forward. Inhale, part way, lengthen out. Exhale, step or jump into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, back back. Exhale, lift back to down dog. Inhale, we're going to step the right foot into high lunge. So step the foot, lift the arms. Exhale, palms back on the ground. Go into your low push-up. Step and lower at the same time. Inhale, take your back bend. Exhale, lift to down dog. Inhale, left foot between your hands, high lunge, right arms. Exhale, palms to the ground. Step up to the top of the mat and fold. Release the head. Hang for a moment. Now bring the toes back to touch. Inhale to chair pose. Finish off that sun salute. Sit low. And straighten your knees, hands back to your heart. Drop your arms at your sides. Root down through your feet. Lift through your spine. Inhale, take the arms back up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, part way up, lengthen out. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. We're going to go into warrior two. So ground that heel down and wind the arms up. Facing left. Just reach from hand to hand, palms face down, and sink down into the bend of your knee. Right, now we're going to take this into reverse position. So turn your right palm face up and reach back. Bring your left hand to your thigh. Keep bending your knee. Open the side ribs this way. Breathe into the right rib cage. We'll do the same thing with the other side of the ribs. Bring your elbow down onto your thigh or your hand to the floor inside of your foot. Take the top arm beside your ear, palm facing the floor. Stretch and breathe into your left ribs. Now bring the hands down, frame out your foot. Lift the back heel, step to the top of the mat. Fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen out. Exhale the right foot to the back of the mat. Pivot the heel down, take the arms up, open to warrior two, facing the right side of the room. Just breathe your way into the stretch. Feel all the ways in which you are affected by this posture and the subtle ways in which you can change it to make it feel good or maybe a little more intense, whatever it is you need right now. Now turn the left palm face up and go back. Right hand to your thigh, reach back, breathe those left ribs, keep bending the front knee. Exhale, bring your elbow down to your thigh or hand to the floor inside of your foot. Take your top arm next to your ear and reach. Stretch those right ribs, breathe them, especially emptying out on the exhale. Good, now look down at the foot, bring the hands down and frame it out. This time we're going to step either to chaturanga or to down dog. And take pause here and reconnect to your breath. Taking in on the inhale, letting go on the exhale. Now let's inhale and take the right leg up in the air behind. Just lift it up really high. Exhale, step that foot forward between your hands and come up with the arms and torso for high lunge. Pause there for a moment, just get your balance here, ground down, root through your right foot, then bring your hands to your heart. Now take a big step to float the left knee up. Get your balance here. Then reach down and grab that knee with both hands and pull it up into your chest. Get tall. And find a deep breath again. Bring your right hand to your hip. And either keep the knee in your hand if you want to, you can reach down, grab the big toe, and straighten it out. So whichever one works for you today. Once you have that, lift your spine taller. Take your chin away from your throat and breathe. Now, whether you have the knee or the straight leg, you're going to open that leg out to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Keep the leg in the air, bring your hands back to your heart. Now step that left foot back to lunge. Go way to the back of the mat with the toes. Take your arms back up. Now put both hands down on the inside of the foot. Step the left foot outside the left hand, so both feet are outside the hands. Turn the toes out, drop the hips down into a squat. And the heels could be up or down. Open up the elbows with your knees next to your heart. And put your hands down on the ground. Lift your hips up, turn your toes forward. Step or jump to chaturanga. Go through vinyasa, up dog to down dog. And once you're there, take some breaths. Refocus your mind. Maybe empty it out again. Lift your left leg up in the air. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Inhale, high lunge, raise your arms and torso. Root down through the foot as you bring your hands to your heart and take a big step up with your right knee, bring it toward your chest. Pause there, get your balance, then grab that right knee and pull it up into your chest. And take your left hand to your hip. Keep hold of the knee or grab the big toe if you're straightening that right leg. A few breaths like this, getting your spine tall, straight standing leg. Inhale, open it. Knee or straight leg, whatever you have, take it to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the leg in the air, hands back to your heart. Step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Take your time, land the toes, and reach the arms back up. And once again, you're going to exhale and put your hands down on the inside of your foot. Step the right foot outside the right hand, turn the toes out, lower the hips, lift the spine, hands to your heart. Now take a few moments and squat again. And now we're going to work through what's called a crow salute. So it's going to start off with crow pose. Put your hands down, fingers wide, lift the hips up in the air, put your shins on the bent elbows and look forward beyond your fingertips. Lean forward and maybe bring the toes up off the ground. They may or may not leave the ground. Whichever is the case, when you're ready, either step or float back into chaturanga. Land in low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then drop the weight of your head and loosen up your jaw. Take a breath. Right now, bring the right foot forward, so step it up between your hands. We're going to go into warrior two again. So ground and heel, open up. Shift your center of gravity down, bending your front knee a little more, getting low, soft shoulders. Now reach out over your knee, bring your right fingertips to the floor, and lift off so you're standing on that right leg. Float the left leg up in the air for half moon pose. Then continue to lift the top leg, press through the heel, open the arms wide, just like they would be in warrior two. Now feel your top thigh, the one that's lifting, and lift it a little bit higher. Get that extra stretch. Keep that leg lifted as you bring the left hand down and fold over your right leg. Lift the left leg a little higher for vertical splits. Bring your forehead toward your shin. Now exhale and step really low, so let them descend while you reach through the arms in any direction. Then bring your hands to your heart. Prayer position, hook your left elbow outside of your right knee and take a twist. Turn your ribs, lengthen your spine, breathe. Inhale, undo this, bring the hands down, frame out the foot. You can either go straight into down dog or come through vinyasa. Whatever you're feeling. Use your breath to lead the movement. Let's take a few breaths in down dog now. Great, now bring the left foot up between your hands. Warrior two, ground the back heel, take the arms up. And reach out over the knee, bring the left fingertips to the floor and lift off to standing on that left leg. Float the right leg up in the air, lift it high, flex the foot, reach from hand to hand. Continue to breathe, full inhales, complete exhales, even here. Now lift that top leg just a bit more and keep it lifted as you slowly lower the right arm down. Fold yourself over the left leg, lift the right leg high. Good. Exhale, step the right toes to the back of the mat, lower that knee down, point the toe and raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the center of your chest. You can twist. This time the right elbow hooks outside of the knee. So hook it, lengthen your spine, turn your ribs, gaze upward. And inhale, come back to center. Plant your hands down around your foot, and let's step up to the top of the mat. So bring the right foot next to the left. Drop down into a fold, grab your elbows, hang your head, and you might even widen out your feet. Just swing. Swing the torso, swing the hips, and really hang here. Feel any tension just drop down through the width of your head. And release your elbows, swing back to center. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank pose. So you're in a tall push-up, elbows straight. From here, lower all the way down onto your abdomen. Then reach your arms back alongside of you. Bring your legs together so the big toes are touching. Then interlock your hands behind your tailbone. Roll the shoulder blades together as you straighten out the elbows. Lift your chest and chin, then your legs with straight knees. Lift your thighs, draw the arms away from your back. Just a very subtle back bend. Breathe. Now exhale, release down, turn a cheek, and let it go. Take a couple breaths there. I'm just going to do one more back bend here. So I'm going to give you the option of either doing that one again or bending your knees and reaching back to grab your ankles or your feet. So whichever one you're feeling. Start with the knees together, and then same thing. You start with your chin and chest, lift them up, then lift the thighs and arch everything up toward the ceiling. Breathe down through your hips, lower abdomen. Exhale, lower back to the ground. Take one last breath into your low back. Then put your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Lift your kneecaps off the ground. Straighten the elbows. Come back up into a high plank. Then lift the hips down, we're facing dog. Stretch that out. Drop your head. And take your left foot between your hands. Pivot your back heel down. Walk to the center of your feet. Turn your left toes with you so your feet are parallel. Then bring your hands onto your hips and come up to standing. You're going to draw your heels in so your toes turn out. And you may even find that you need to take your feet a little closer in. Then bend your knees and sink down into a nice wide leg squat. Really get down so low that you eventually bring your elbows down onto your thighs. And actually the arms here will take a lot of the work required to do that. Get your Hips and your sitting bones low. Now fold your torso over so that it's parallel to the ground. Reach your arms out alongside of your ears and interlace your fingers again above your head. Straighten out the elbows. On your next inhale, lift the torso up, keeping the hips low and the knees bent. Exhale, fold back down. Parallel to the ground. We're just going to do this 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Now put your hands on the ground. Straighten the knees and drop the heels back out. Make your feet parallel again and maybe go a little wider and we'll take a complete fold. So flatten your palms, walk them in line with your feet. Draw your head to the ground. It should feel really good after that deep hip stretching. Bring the hamstrings up toward the ceiling. Press your kneecaps back tightly. A little more for the hips here. Inhale about halfway up. Turn your right toes out about 2 inches. And walk sideways over to that foot as you bend the knee and lift the left toes. Now exhale and walk to the other leg, lifting the right toes. So it's basically a one-legged squat on each side. You're just going to go side to side for a few moments. Move, do a moving stretch through the hips and the hamstrings and the low back. So continue to do this. If you want to really make the legs work here, you can bring your hands to your heart and do it. Good. And one more round on each side, then come back to center. Once you're in center, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale all the way up to standing. Turn your left toes to the top of the mat. Arms out into a T shape. And reach over that left leg for triangle pose. Bring your hand down onto your shin or ankle and reach up in the other direction. With your right hand, look up at your right hand. Lengthen your spine, your arms, and your legs. Now take that top arm beside your ear. Give it one last stretch down the ribs. Breathe into those ribs. Then inhale and come up and reverse it. Keep the knees straight. Bring your right hand to the side of the thigh and reach in the other direction. Inhale, come back to center. Arms in a T. And just swap the foot position. Left toes in. So that foot is parallel. Right toes to the back of the mat. Triangle over the right leg. Reach out until it's sideways. Find length everywhere. Now take that top arm beside your ear, get a little extra length, extend through the ribs, breathe them. Inhale, come up and reverse it. Bring your arms back up into a T shape, then hands to your hips. Turn your toes again, swap the foot position, so the left toes point at the top of your mat. Then step up to the top of the mat. Good, release your arms at your sides, stand tall. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hold all the way down. Inhale, part way up. Now just exhale, step back into plank and hold out the straight elbows. Lower your knees to the ground. We're going to go into child pose. So feel free to take your nice and wide. Drape your torso all the way down between your thighs. Relax your shoulders and your elbows and your head. And just take a break. Come back to your breathing. Breathe into your back body. Empty out anything that has risen to the surface, whatever it may be. All right, on your next inhale, let's come up into table. And really work to put the wrists directly under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Now extend your left leg straight out behind you, so that leg is parallel to the floor. Inhale your right arm out. So you're in a diagonal stretch, right arm to left leg. Now lift both a little higher. And see if you can bend the back knee and reach back and catch that ankle with your right hand. Lifting the knee, lifting the chin forward. If you can't quite catch the foot, just go back out to the straight position. Now breathe. Good, exhale, release both limbs back to the ground. Wiggle around a little bit, wiggle your hips from side to side, release that tension. Take a breath. Now reverse side, so the right leg extends back, float the leg up, reach the opposite arm out, left arm, right leg, lengthen, breathe. Lift both a little higher, bend the back knee and see if you can catch that ankle. If not, re-straighten, otherwise lift from knee to chin. All right, release both limbs back to the floor. Wiggle it out. Circle around your rib cage. All right, now back in table, you're going to take your right knee and slide it to the outside of your right hand. So slide that knee up. And use your left hand to pull the foot out from underneath of you, up toward the top half of the mat. Then see if you can walk your back knee back a little more to get the hips low. Lift your spine tall and fold down for pigeon pose. You can come to your forearms or you can lay totally flat. Relax down your head, your shoulders, get low, and this pose enables you to breathe very deeply. It takes all the pressure off of your diaphragm, so build the breath as you continue to let go of unnecessary tension and resistance. Just be in this pose with some surrender and full inhales, complete exhales. As your next inhale, come back up to straight elbows, upright torso. And plant the palms down in front of you like you had been on the table, and simply slide that right knee back so you're in it again. And do the other side. So wiggle around, make sure everything's even. Wrists under shoulders. Slide the left knee to the outside of the left hand. Swing the shin up. Walk the back knee back. Lift your torso upright, get a tall spine, and keep that tall spine as you slowly walk your hands out. See how far down your hip will allow you to go. Then relax into it. Inhale, slowly back upright. Palms down. Again, just slide your knee back so you're in the table. And we're going to go into down dog and stretch that out. So curl the toes, lift your hips up, stretch it all out. Lengthen your spine, drop your head. And just like we did in the beginning, since we've had this deep hip crease, we're going to go into up dog to open the hips the other direction. So slide your hips toward your wrists, lift your heart and chin. And then exhale back into down dog. Good. All right, now bring your knees to the ground and walk the knees up to your wrists. Once they're across your ankles, sit behind your feet. Extend your legs out in front of you. And sit tall. Straight knees, straight spine. Then bend the left knee out to the side, put your foot on your inner thigh. Left foot on the inner right thigh. Drop that left knee down, sit up tall, then reach your arms up, get really tall. Exhale, fold over the right leg, grabbing either the shin or the ankle or the foot. Head to knee pose. Lengthen your spine down the leg. Now again, we'll do kind of that same idea of creasing the hip and then opening it. You're going to inhale up, swing your left arm up and back behind you, plant it down, lift the hips up in the air, and take the other arm behind you, just let it drop out of the shoulder. Turn the hips up toward the ceiling a bit, and exhale, sit back down inside your foot, and switch sides. Left knee straight, right foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale, arms up to get some extra length in the spine, fold. And as you fold over that left leg, you want to keep it straight, so press the knee and the thigh down as you take hold of wherever your hands land on the leg. Come back to your breath. On your next inhale, come up, swing the right arm as you rise, plant it back down behind you, lift your hips up in the air, turn your heart up, open the front of the body. Great. Exhale, sit back down inside the foot. Now for this side, we're going to keep the right foot where it is, join the left foot to it. Slide your feet in close, your heels in close to your body. Interlace your hands around your toes, sit the spine tall, roll the shoulders back, and fold. Bend your elbows, pull your spine, and especially your breastbone forward toward your toes. Inhale and come back up. We're going to do one more round of this. This time, tuck your chin, curl your spine, and bring your forehead toward your toes. You're doing a much more rounded spine version of it. Rounded whole back, hips to neck. On your next inhale, come back up. Pick up the knees, straighten them out in front of you. And straighten out your legs, flex your feet, sit your spine tall, take your arms out parallel to your legs. Roll the spine slowly to the floor, line flat. We're going to do another few back bends here, so bend your knees, put your feet flat on the ground, walk your heels close to your sitting bones. Take the feet about as wide as your hips. Press the palms down flat. We're going to go into bridge pose. Lift the hips, roll to your upper back, roll the shoulder blades toward one another underneath of you, and interlock the fingers. Lift your hips and your chest high. Breathe into them. Exhale, take your arm bones out from underneath of you as you roll the spine back to the floor. Then just one more back bend here. That one back down next to your head with your fingers pointed at your shoulder blades if you want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Then inhale and go up. If you're doing hands next to your head, you can either go to the top of your head or work towards straight elbows. Breathe. Exhale, take it down. And once you're down, bring the soles of the feet together, let your knees drop off to the sides. Do anything you want with your arms, whatever's going to settle your shoulders, and take a couple breaths. Right now, bring the knees back up into your chest. Squeeze them with your hands, round out the spine. Lift your head and shoulders too, so you're taking an exact opposite stretch of the back bend. And then lay the head and shoulders back down. And keep your knees in your chest. Turn your palms face down next to your hips. Lift the heels up. Straight up to the ceiling. And for an inversion today, you're welcome to stay just like this. Just let the blood flow the other direction by keeping your legs up. You can also, if you're at home, put your legs against a wall and do this. Otherwise, you can take your toes behind your head. Put your hands on your low back and lift your legs up for shoulder stand. Once the legs are up, you can wiggle your elbows closer in and get really tall here with the toes up. Whichever one you've chosen, we're going to take about 10 breaths here. So get tall, focus on a deep breath and stillness. Now, if you're in shoulder stand, you can begin to slowly take your toes back behind your head. If you're in legs up, you can lower the legs whenever you're ready. If the toes are back behind your head, get them as close to the ground as possible and straighten out your elbows. Turn your palms flat and roll your spine slowly to the ground. Then lower the legs. Shoulder stand typically requires a counter pose. You're going to slide your hands under your feet, under your sitting bones with straight elbows. So straight elbows. Hands under your sitting bones. Lift up on bent elbows, heart toward the ceiling, drop the head back and down to the floor. Fish pose. Take some breaths. Good. Now exhale back out of this, down onto a flat spine, and once again, bring your knees into your chest. Grab hold of them and rock around on your side. Okay, come back to center. Let's reach the arms out to a wide T position. Take up space, palms up or down, whatever feels right. Knees together, lower them over to the left. Turn your head to the right for a final twisting posture. And settle into this. Just like in pigeon pose, try to release all tension and just let your body melt into the shape. Inhale back to the knees. Exhale to the other side. Knee to the right. Drop your head to the left. Inhale, bring your knees back in. Squeeze them in. And want to take one final hip stretch in happy baby. So reach inside of your knees, grab your inner feet or your outer feet. Take your feet wide, pull the knees down, rock here. And with all this ample space, feel free to straighten one leg out to the side as you rock, and then the other one, alternate. Or keep your knees bent. You're also welcome to straighten both legs and rock from side to side. Just kind of playing around in the hips a bit. Now bring the knees back to your chest. Squeeze the knees in. One last time. And keep the knees there as you turn your palms face down next to your hips. Press the heels straight up to the ceiling. Make your knees straight, flat back. And we'll lower the legs to the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take the heels 1 inch from the ground, but inhale the legs back up. Use those hip muscles and core again. And then one last time, we'll load this time. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the heels 1 inch above the ground. Take the feet about as wide as your mat. Turn the toes up. And release the legs down and relax them. So feel that surrender again. All your muscle effort, mental effort. Take a couple of deep breaths down through your lungs and ribs again. Fill up and empty out. Let everything go and get a little more internal with your awareness once again. Take a deep breath into your full skeleton, relaxing. Relax your muscles. Release your skin. Release any tension across your forehead. Completely surrender the mind and even your attention on your breath. Let it all go. awareness back to your breathing. Fill up, empty out. Move around your hands and feet. Just generally bringing things up, bring your knees back to your chest when you're ready. Roll yourself over to the side. Very slowly come up to a seat with your eyes closed. We'll take just a few moments in this upright position, so get into a comfortable seat with your spine tall, drop your shoulders down. Come back to a sense of stillness, inner awareness. Just take a couple breaths of meditation, so clear the slate of your mind again. Just be sense your inner body, sense the room around you without having to think it. Just open, receptive observation for 5 breaths. Then bring your hands together. Just draw our chins back onto each other. Thanks for this ability to communicate the practice of yoga in many different ways. Namaste. Everyone.